All right, what's up, everybody? This is Jose Trujillo, the world's greatest living artist. Hope everybody's doing great. Hope everyone is doing amazing, mundo. I want to remind you guys, those of you who have been signing up to my monthly membership, where I teach everything. I'm going to be uploading a couple new videos this weekend. Okay, so they're going to be pretty cool, and we're going to start scheduling those live Zoom calls, which I'm very excited about. So I wanna start off by telling you also what are some of the things that you're doing right now to keep you inspired, to keep you moving. I usually think of it this way. I need to have 2 or 3 things in my week that are pretty juicy. Every week, I need to have at least 2 or 3 things that are pretty juicy, that keep me engaged, that keep me in the game. You know, it's like maybe like playing I look at it kind of like playing a sport. Something that keeps you engaged, something that keeps you there, that keeps you running after that ball. And so I try to think about 2 or 3 things every week. Right now, I'm thinking about expanding to other online platforms. Not thinking, but actually doing it, expanding to other online platforms. And I have this idea about how I'm going to go about it. So that kind of keeps me up. Keeps me up at night, engaged, enthusiastic. And I'm also thinking about the work that I'm doing with our monthly membership, and so that also keeps me up. That has me going, you know, engaged, thinking about what to do next, how am I going to do it, and just playing the game. And so this is something that I try to communicate with artists as often as I can. Keep something in front of you. Keep that carrot in front of you, whatever that is. For some people, it's money. For some people, is legacy or whatever. For some people, is just that feeling of knowing that you're doing something good. Or it might be all of the above. You know, who knows? For me, certainly is probably all of the above. I like the whole dynamic of it. I like the whole dynamic. I like the fact that I can create artwork every single day, and also that I'm able to share my experiences with other artists. And I also like getting paid. I like that too. You know, it's important too, because not only it helps me take care of my family, but it also helps the vision. It helps the vision. It keeps moving it forward. There's a lot of artists out there that are like money at birth, I guess. At birth, is that the word? At birth, they don't really think about getting paid. They want to, but they don't really think about it. I know that when I was first starting out, some of my artist buddies would even run away from getting paid. I did that too, but I could see it very, you can see it very clearly in other people. It's harder to see it in yourself. It's easier to see it on someone else. And so I would see my friends just having a hard time getting paid. You know, if someone said, "Oh, I would like to commission you for this," they would give that person the runaround. how's it going, everybody? They would give the person the runaround, and finally get to a point where the person would just give up and be like, okay, well, if you don't want to get paid, I guess it's not going to be my fault. So kind of like money adverse, you know, I don't want to get paid. I don't want to get paid. And so I saw that a lot, and I did that myself too. I was like, you do want to get paid, but you act like it's bad, or like you don't know how to go about it. This is one of the things that I get asked a lot from artists, like, what do I charge? When I hear people tell me what do I charge, it's not necessarily that they don't know what to charge, because they've been in it. They see what other people charge. It's that they're afraid of asking, and so they don't know what to ask for. They're afraid of asking for some moolah, man. People are afraid of it, and I get it. But we have to get paid. As artists, that's as anyone, right? Anyone who does anything, at some point you have to start getting paid. And if you're afraid of asking people, then it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. You can't spend your entire career being afraid of asking people for help. Almost no artist asks for help. There's a lot of pride around that and fear, and so I see a lot of artists. They rather go and I'm gonna figure out myself type of deal, you know. They won't ask for help. There's a lot of pride, very weird stuff. You know, if we were in the real, probably the real estate business, or I don't know, medicine or healthcare or something like that, I don't think we would have such a hard problem with it. I think we would go to seminars and talk to other people and join their groups and be part of something that is bigger than ourselves, other groups that are bigger than ourselves, and not have that fear of, I don't know what to say, I don't know who to ask or anything like that. No, you would see, okay, that person seems like that person gets the whole thing. They get it. They're having some sort of success. I want to ask that person, hey, how'd you do that? How can I get some of that? How can I sell commissions? You know, as artists, how can I get gallery shows? How can I start my own YouTube channel? How do I do that? How do I get started? I don't know. I feel blah blah blah. Oh, okay, cool. Look, this is what I did. You know, you can do it in any different way, but this is how I did it. And there's not much of that. There's not much of that in the art world. It's a very lonely type of journey. People keep to themselves. They don't want to share. Even when I share these videos, when I share that video, this last video I shared about what I would do if I were to start all over again, I had artists tell me, dude, you could charge for this. Why are you sharing this? Why are you giving it away? And I'm like, here we go. You know? I had like 5 different people tell me that it was wrong of me to be giving it away, because I'm not making people work for it. Just to give you an idea. And I think it's a bunch of BS. I think that far too long I've seen the art world. I'm not talking about like the big art communities in, I don't know, the big shows, you know, Soho and Paris and whatever. I'm not talking about that. Oh, thank you so much. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like the local scenes, right? The local scenes, the where the vast majority of us participate. Not Art Basel or anything like that. That's awesome, and I would love to participate there. I would love to start getting my feet in there as soon as the world gets back to some sort of normality. But I'm not talking about that. The art world that I refer to when I say art world, I'm talking about the arts and crafts shows, the local mom and pop galleries, the bars and restaurants where you hang your work, cafes, that type of deal, the eBays, the Etsy's, the Amazons. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about where the vast majority of people are hanging out and trying to sell their work. Because not everybody has that level of access to going and spending 5-10K in an art booth, in an art show, in one of the big art show booths. Some of them are much more expensive, and at least about 5K for a decent art booth, for a decent one where you can actually sell some work. If you have something good to sell, and so I see that it's very lonely, very, very lonely. People don't share. You know, I remember when I was starting out, I would ask people, "Hey, what about this? What about that?" "Oh no one's gonna tell you that." And I'm like, it's info. I'm not asking for them to do it for me. It's information. I'm gonna go do the work. All I'm saying is point me in the right direction if you've been there. "Oh no one would ever tell you that." And I'm like, oh my God, these people are bananas. It's almost like we treat it as if we're all selling pizza, okay? And everybody's got this magical recipe for pizza or coffee. This is how we treat the art world. Like everybody's selling coffee or pizza, and we all got this magical recipe that no one wants to share with you. And it's like, really? No one's willing to share a name, a place. Where could I go get a gallery show? Hey, who do you know? Do you have art shows right now? Yeah, okay, awesome. What do you think of my work? Oh, I think it's pretty good. Awesome. Hey, you think you can put in a word for me in one of the galleries you exhibit? And people won't do that. People won't do that. It's very, it's very self-serving. And I saw that, and I know I've been on a rant on this, but just remembering what it was like when I was starting out, that I was like, dude, I'm not gonna do this. As soon as I start getting some level of something, whatever, some level of success for myself, I'm gonna start helping my buddies, and that's what I did right away. I started helping my buddies, close friends, right? People that I knew. We went out drinking or partying or whatever. Artists. Many of them still rejected the help, but some of them didn't. Some of them took the help. It wasn't like I was changing their lives. I was just telling them what was working for me. And how beautiful is that you have a group of people where you're like, hey, what's working? Oh, this. Hey, in photography, this is what you should do in order to make your photographs better, so that when you post them online and on. Oh, okay, awesome. Here's how you put lighting for your pictures. Or here's the camera you should be using. Or, that type of deal. Today, I don't care as much anymore. I use my cell phone. I don't care. I don't care anymore because I have something going on now. I have something working. But when I was starting out, I cared so much about how to take a photograph, because it's important, right? Because no one knows you yet, so you want to make the best impressions, the best first impressions. Vivek says that I feel like people don't take me serious at 24. Yeah, there's some of that, right? The whole aging thing, right? If you're too young or you're too old, people try. And there's people out there that are trying to. I hear that. There's people out there that try to devalue that, or undervalue that, or not, or say that it doesn't exist. I don't know how to communicate this, but say that it doesn't exist, that it's not true. But I think if the person is going through an experience, I think we should validate, and I validate your experience. I believe that things like that happen out there, and same thing for gender, right? This is very common, especially very strong. I'm sure it still happens today, and I'm sure it happens a lot. But from what I know, it happened really bad in the 60s because it was such a male, especially white male dominated arena, the art world, that when women started getting into it in the early 60s, they were rejected from the galleries. They weren't thought of it as anything serious. Just like African Americans weren't even allowed to exhibit in galleries. That's how we started getting groups like the Highwaymen of Florida that started exhibiting their work and selling their work outside of the gallery system. And the highways of Florida. That's dubbed the Highwaymen. It does happen. But you know what? There's a lot of stuff that happens in the art world. Lots of stuff. And I think our job is to empower each other and to allow all of us to coexist. To allow all of us. And I know there's like Facebook groups and whatnot. I'm gonna be honest, I hate those fucking groups. I do. Like hate is a strong word, but I hate them. I don't like those groups. There's a lot of negativity happening in those groups. There's a lot of very egocentric, like it's just me, and there's really no help. And it's very hard also because some of them are professional. I know because I've met a few of them in the art groups, in the oil painting groups or the art groups. Some of them are very professional. Some of them have like this big businesses. They're working. They have this huge art studios. And some of them, a lot of them, not some of them, a lot of them, don't know what the hell they're talking about, but they all want to be heard. And they all want to be heard as professionals, giving professional opinions left and right, and not listening, and that's a huge problem. It's a huge problem when you're in a hub where you should listen. This is something that I learned early on in my career. Who knows what I don't know, so I can shut the hell up and listen to that person? Who knows what I don't know? This is something that I practice. Who knows something that I don't know? If I'm trying to find out about Facebook ads and I hire someone, a consultant, to help me with Facebook ads, I become a student of that person. I become an idiot. I tell my brain, you know nothing about this and you need to be quiet and learn from this person who is a Facebook ads consultant. And I try not to know anything. I try to erase my ego out of it so that I can learn and take that information. And there's not a lot of that around. And in those Facebook groups, I find that everybody gives their opinion, like if it's like $1 million opinion, and it's because you can't really see who's an authority. And so I wish those groups were more like, hey, look, we're going to feature this artist who is an authority on this, and maybe even put what they are having success with. Not just an authority, but what they're having success with. Is it monetary success? Is it gallery exhibit success? Whatever. And feature those artists and bring them to the platform. And I'm not saying put them on a pedestal, but give them the respect for that, so that when you want to ask a question or you want to find out, you direct yourself to an artist who's an expert in that field. And so those groups become helpful. You know, this person is an award-winning photographer, and they've been in such and such magazines or whatever, or they have their own studio, or they have this huge ass studio with 10 other assistants, and check it out. And when you have a photography question, you can be like, hey, Paul, the photographer, you know, can you help me with this? And if they have time, they'll help you. And if they don't have time or whatever, they might be like, look, I'm going to have Cindy help you. Cindy's a great photographer too. She's got a little bit more experience with this or whatever. And then they guide you. They guide you and they start helping. The person that exhibits artwork, or the gallery owner, or the friend of the gallery owner, can connect you to the gallery owner, and therefore you start getting. We live in such an opinion-based world right now because everybody can broadcast. I'm broadcasting right now, right? Everybody can broadcast, and so we have these opinions about everything, and we want to be heard. The problem with this, the fundamental effing problem with this, is that we're not all experts, and we're hurting each other a lot. That is the fundamental problem that is happening right now. And we're hurting each other so much. Because someone listens to me, and then they go listen to someone else, and then they go listen to someone else, and then they're like, oh, well, wait a minute, what do I do again? Dude, you're listening to all these people about all these things, but you're not paying attention to who's an expert in this. Look, if you want to learn how to make YouTube videos, and how to edit them, and how to make them really nice and crispy and awesome, I am not your guy. I'm not your guy. It's evident. You look at my YouTube videos; they're shit. The content's pretty good, but the content editing value, I know. No one else needs to tell me. I know they're shit. Look at how I'm filming, how I'm recording this. Just a second, guys. Sorry about that. I had to. And so I'm not your guy for that. If you want to get to Miami Art Basel, I am not your guy. I don't know how to do that. I have no effing experience about that. Nothing whatsoever. And so I promised myself when I started doing these videos, I will not talk about shit I don't know, because it's only hurting each other. We're only hurting each other. I do have the best shirts. And so if you want to learn about how to start getting some cash flow for your artwork, bing, 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 I can help with that. Why? I've sold millions of bucks doing that. Literally. You know, if you want to learn about how to sell on eBay, bing, 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 I'm your guy. I know how to do that. It's still today, I sell multiple six figures a year on eBay. Bing, bing, it's me. I know how to do that. If you want to sell to interior designers, you want to sell your artwork, and you want to start monetizing and learn how to make over 100K in a single year, bing, 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 this guy can help you. I don't know everything, but I can help you with that because I've done it. I continue to do it. If you want to learn how to grow your Instagram account, I am not your guy. I don't know how to grow an Instagram account. I've said this multiple times. People get it confused. If you want to know, though, how to sell on Instagram, bing, 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 I'm your guy. I know how to sell on Instagram. I sell plenty of artwork on Instagram. I can help with that. So it's important to recognize. Sorry about that. My wife keeps calling me. I think she's like, I got you a new shirt. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to make sure to I'm here at an art store. Let's get down and let's buy some art supplies. So this is my thing is we need to empower each other by going to the right people for what we actually need. Hey, what's happening? ¿Cómo estamos?
Hey, man.
Pretty long time no see.
Just coming to say goodbye. I'm heading up to Alaska.
Are you?
Yeah.
You look ready for Alaska.
Oh, I am ready.
This is the last time you're going to see him.
Really?
I've been growing my beard out, too. I got the full Alaska beard.
Air hugs.
Air hug.
Air hugs.
Yeah. He's been here since the beginning of Arizona Art Supply, man.
Really?
So.
Yeah, I opened this up with Larry, so.
Nice.
And are you ready for this?
Show me.
Been off grid for like 3 years. I bought a smartphone. Just for the drive up, so I can, there's a gas app, I think, that tells you where
the gas stations are?
And that way I don't have to go, oh, what was that price? Do I have to go back? I got a trailer. I don't want to be, I want to go easy.
Nice.
I'm getting in the right-hand lane and doing 10 under the speed limit the whole way.
You're going to enjoy Alaska. I only hear great things from it.
Yeah, keep an eye open. You'll see me in the magazines one of these years.
Nice.
The backcountry painter coming out with all this
There we go.
artwork,
You do some hunting over there, fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Definitely, yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Nice.
Taking 8 firearms with me.
Ah, there you go.
So I do a little
Nothing more American than that. I love that.
That's how you need my pistols. They won't let me take my pistols.
No?
No. They had a mass shooting there about 5 months ago. About 8 people were killed. They really put the kibosh on their handguns. So all those I have to mail up. But they'll let me take all my rifles.
Oh, okay, good.
Matter of fact, I only had 7, but on the way here I bought another one.
You're like, I need another trailer for the rest of the rifles. It's a good friend here, worked at Arizona Art Supply. I'm taking some paint. So yeah, my friends, that's really what I try to share is go to the right people, guys. Go to the right people. Don't. If you have a question about art, about anything about art, don't go to a Facebook page. Ask someone who knows, and they're very open. People are pretty cool. Ask someone who actually is an authority on the subject. Don't make that mistake. A lot of people are making that mistake. They're asking just any random joke, and then they because anyone will gladly give you their opinion, but you don't want an opinion. You want an answer. You want a roadmap. Better yet, you want the place. If we could get the place, if we could get there, right? But no one's giving the place. They're only giving pointers. So you got to ask the right person. I need some acrylics. I like this Amsterdam acrylics. I like this ones too. They're not expensive. Check them out. They're about $7-10 maybe a piece. But I really like them. I think they're pretty cool. Wow. Let's take them. Let's see what's up. So I need a red. I need a blue. Primary cyan. ¿Qué onda, tío? That's your favorite acrylic, Emily? Cool. Yeah, it's not expensive, and it's the pigmentation is pretty nice. For what I use, right? For what I do. I use all kinds of paints. I use different ones, but these are my favorite because cómpralos todos, huh? Yeah, you should buy them all. So I'm gonna take this red. Oh man, there's a better red over here. That red is too... There we go. The red is too pinky. It's pinky and the brainy red. Okay. Let me get a couple of whites. Zinc white. Ew, no, I don't want zinc white. I'll take a couple of titaniums. I am at Arizona Art Supply right now. I'm hanging out here with this hombres. So taking that one. Let's take magenta. I usually just get the same colors. I have black already. Oh, Viridian. I almost forgot. I'm gonna take some Viridian. What else do I need? How interesting taking this video while you're shopping. Yeah, I mean, any content, right? Content is content. Intelligent and sincere. I love that. Thank you. Maybe you guys don't want to see my face. Maybe you guys want to see the colors. What else do I need? I think that's it. I took blue, purple. Did I get a blue? Oh, this is a purple. It's like a dioxin purple. No, I haven't gotten blue. That's what I need. I need a blue. I'm gonna take this blue and see what happens out of it. I think that's it. Beautiful face. Activate again. Beautiful face. There it is. I think that's it. Yeah, because I can mix pretty much all of the ones that are there with these colors. What's your favorite blue? My favorite blue is the one I have at hand, but usually it's phthalo. In oils, it's phthalo blue, and phthalo and French ultramarine. I like those two. And acrylics. Acrylics, I really don't care much. Acrylics, because I tackle them differently than oil. With acrylics, I play around like I'm an illustrator. That's how I use acrylics. There you go. Acrylics, I use them like if I was an illustrator. And oils, I use them like I'm doing a painting, like a painting. This doesn't mean anything. This doesn't mean that they're less or more. No, I just tackle them different. Like I'm thinking when I think of oils, I think of texture, I think of brush strokes, I think of all those things. And in acrylics, I think about more like poster making type of deal, more like illustration. That's what I think of, and so I tackle them differently. So there it is, my friends. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I'll make another video right now on the drive back. That way I can finish chatting, because I know that I'm getting bored or boring. So I'll talk to you in a bit. Peace out.